Hey guys! A few months back when I started BookTube, I mentioned that I was going to make a TBR jar. Well, I ended up making one, but I never made a video for it. So this video is just going to be talking about my TBR jar and when I use it. This is my TBR jar. As you can probably tell, there is a lot of little pieces of paper in here. What I do is I take a regular composition notebook. I write the book title and the author of that book on one line, and then I simply cut it out, fold it up as much as I can so I can't tell what it is, and then I put it in the jar. Now, you can't really tell how many is in here, but it's like hundreds of little. This is how little they look once I get done folding them. So there is at least 200 books in here. The one I just pulled out is The Murder Complex by Lindsay Cummings. I have a lot of TBR books. I just got back into reading when I started BookTube. You guys have probably seen my book hauls. They are ridiculously large. So if I had to guess, I would probably say the shelf behind me is, not counting the mangas, it's probably like 80% TBR books. So that's pretty bad. Now, I don't use my TBR jar every time I finish a book. The only time I plan to use my TBR jar is when I can't decide what to read next. So far, I haven't had to use my TBR jar because I've joined a few book clubs as well, and normally the books that they set to read that month are sometimes like books in series. So if I start a book in a series, I normally read the whole series, which may take me a month or two. Another thing I may use my TBR jar for is to decide what books I'm going to be reading during the BookTubeathon and the readathons. I do keep up with all of the books I buy. The minute I get done filming a book haul or unboxing video, I sit down and write down all the books that I just bought that I haven't read. Some of them I do end up reading before I even haul them, but that's not very often. So I write them all down and put them in my TBR jar right away. And if I've read a book and I know the book is in the TBR jar, I'm not going to go hunting for it. Like, I just started the Lost Hero, and I know that the book is in this jar, but I'm not going to go hunting for the book title. If I happen to pick it out later on, then I'll just throw it away and pick another one. And if a book is in a series, say I get the second book in a series, I do not include it into my TBR jar until I have the first book, and then only the first book gets put in here. Because like I said, if I start a series, I will normally finish that series before I pick up another book. Well, that is my TBR jar. If you guys have a TBR jar, how often do you normally choose a book out of it? I know some people have, like, they choose one book a month out of it, and then I know others that just put challenges in here and they just read a book to fulfill that challenge, which is an interesting idea. I may try to do that too later on after I've decreased my TBR pile a little. Like, seriously, this is ridiculous. Well, until next time, guys. Bye!